the bridge?
Yeah, I see it right in between you.
All right.
All right, it's rolling.
This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. Lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we tried, it's time we cared, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome back to the Special Chronicles Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Smrokowski, and this week we're coming to you on location from the Chicago River at the 2026 Chicago Ducky Derby benefiting Special Olympics, Illinois. Over 90,000 ducks dropped off the Columbus Drive Bridge and raced down the river, all supporting athlete leadership, unified programs, health initiatives, and inclusion across Illinois. To follow and listen to this episode, plus more Ducky Derby conversations, and to learn all about the event, head to specialchronicles.com/duck. That's specialchronicles.com/duck. Make sure you subscribe to the #1 podcast series covering the Special Olympics, intellectual disability stories, athlete leadership, and inclusion. Tune in to a special on-location episode of the pod that gives respect and voice to people with special needs through media. In this episode, we'll bring you conversations with sponsors RSM and Waymo, along with media partners WBBM News Radio and WBEZ Chicago Public Media, who helped show this incredible event with the community. And now, let's dive into the excitement of the Chicago Ducky Derby and the stories that make this event so meaningful.
You're listening to our Special Chronicles live at the Chicago Ducky Derby. I'm here with one of the sponsors,
John Caforio with RSM.
Awesome. And we've seen each other at some games, at a bunch of events.
And at United.
Yes.
The terminal.
So right now we're right in front of the Columbus Drive Bridge where 88,000 ducks are going to dump into the Chicago River. Can you tell us what it means for RSM to be a sponsor of Special Olympics?
We love being a sponsor of Special Olympics. It's the ultimate inclusion play, the ultimate equalizer of everybody from all walks of life to come out and support the athletes, provide all these great opportunities. We do polar plunges, Ducky Derby, and we volunteer at the summer games. It's just great to be part of the movement.
Awesome. And to describe the environment here at on the Chicago River, like we're on the river. Like, what's the environment here at the Chicago Ducky Derby?
Look around. They line the bridge. There's huge crowds over there. Everybody's coming out to support Special Olympics, support the Ducky Derby. It's a fun time, and it gets people to support, but donate with money. This is a great fundraiser. We do it as part of our Power of Love campaign, so we get matching from the RSM Foundation, and we love being a statewide sponsor of the game, so we can do this all year round, but this is like our signature event. We do Chicago-style hot dogs at the office, bring a whole bunch of people down. It's great.
Awesome. And finally, as you know, the inclusion revolution is a big part of this movement, and I like to, for the past few years, I've been trying to give our listeners and our viewers a call to action and to something to not just to listen to this podcast, but to really bring inclusion into their towns, into their workplaces, into their communities. What does inclusion mean to you?
It's giving opportunity to people. I think anytime you've got someone with intellectual disabilities or special needs that shows up in your environment, or that you go seek to bring them into your environment, you're going to be blessed. You're going to be uplifted. Your culture is going to be better. Your performance is going to be better. Just give them the opportunity. Just take the first step and give them the opportunity. But go seek it out, because they're not always going to be able to find you.
Awesome. Thank you. And finally, can we say choose to include at the same time?
Sure.
So until next time, choose to include. Awesome. You're listening to Special Chronicles. We're here live at the Chicago Ducky Derby. I'm here with one of the new sponsors,
Dora Gonzalez with Waymo, Public Affairs for the Midwest.
Awesome. And we were just talking before we started recording, and you were telling us a little bit about Waymo. But first, what brought Waymo to be a sponsor of Special Olympics?
Yeah, that's a great question. So this is our first year working with Special Olympics, but Waymo has a long history of working with community organizations focused on accessibility. That's a part of our biggest part of our mission is to make sure that the service is available for all kinds of folks and that we're expanding mobility for people in different ways that maybe the current system doesn't work for them or they want another option. So it's really important for us to be able to do that.
Awesome. And speaking of that, that's a good transition to what we were just talking about. You said that you would love to find a way of how Waymo, and for those people who might not know, it's self-driving cars. I've seen a lot of I listen to mostly clean comedians, but a lot of comedians are talking about these Waymos in other cities.
Yeah.
And you were talking about you love to find a way to how Waymo can help get Special Olympics athletes like myself, like Ryan, who's behind the camera, and the thousands across the state of Illinois to our competitions.
Yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit about what your vision? It's a long process. But
No, that's okay. Okay, I mean, me, Dora, I have just a dream that I would love all of our Special Olympic athletes in Illinois, being here in Chicago, Midwesterner, to take a Waymo to their competition. But for Waymo, it means that we want to be able to be a transportation option for folks to feel like they're not judged, that they're safe, and they're getting from point A to point B in a way that is fully independent. We know that a lot of athletes cannot drive or were able to drive at some point and maybe don't have a driver's license. And so autonomous vehicles, what we are the driver. And so you don't have to be an individual driver that's licensed. You can just order the car. It's your own independent car. You order it from the app. You control the music, the temperature, the destination. And so we want that to be an option for you all when you go to your competitions or you're going to practice or just going home after a long day.
Awesome. And finally, as you know, the inclusion revolution is a big part.
Revolution.
The inclusion revolution is a big part of this movement. And we don't just want our listeners to listen or watch this podcast, but to bring inclusion into the communities.
Yes.
I'm sure it might be obvious just by our listeners listening to you today, but what does inclusion mean to you?
That's a great question. What does inclusion mean to me and Waymo? So we use a saying that I know we didn't originate, but we like to say it a lot, that nothing about us without us. What that means is that we're working closely with our community partners to do that. And that just means that we are able to do an option for everybody that wants to ride Waymo. So,
awesome. Awesome. And one final question, because they're about to drop Duck. The truck is pulling up. So finally, actually, you did ask what does inclusion mean to you. Finally, as the Duck is about to drop, can we say choose to include at the same time? Choose to include.
Yes.
So and until next time, choose to include. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Can I have your name and would you mind spelling it for me?
I'm Daniel Smrokowski, Smrokowski.
Lovely. And your role and title?
So I'm a Special Olympics athlete leader and a former Southern Shriver Global Messenger.
I love it. And you have a couple medals here. Tell me about these medals.
Yeah, so I currently compete in bocce ball and basketball.
Wow. Have you been to the Ducky Derby before?
Yeah, I was just looking back at some of the podcast episodes I've done in the past, and I think since 2010.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So over a decade.
That I've been coming here. Yeah. I've been competing probably a little bit more than 20 years.
Wow. What does the Ducky Derby mean to you?
The Ducky Derby, it means that we have the funds to be able to compete, but not only to compete, also through our athlete leadership program to be an athlete spokesperson, and the health program. It's Special Olympics. It's the world's largest health program for people with intellectual disabilities. That's how I was able to get fitted for hearing aids just a couple months ago. It's because of our healthy athletes.
Wow, that's so powerful. And you've seen the Ducky Derby grow and grow each year. What's different between this Ducky Derby and maybe even the first one you've been to?
Well, I heard, I think there was like over, I think 90,000 ducks this year in 2026, and in the past it was a lot less than that. But it's just in the amount of ducks and the amount of ways it's grown a lot.
What does it feel like to see all these people come out?
It really touches my heart that everyone is not just raising money for Special Olympics, but is really helping to make inclusion happen, to really helping to grow the inclusion revolution, and where we're able to lead not only on the sports field, like not only on the basketball court or the basketball court, but we're able to bring inclusion into our everyday lives.
Mm-hmm. And what do Chicagoans or Illinoisans need to know about the Ducky Derby? Is it just about putting ducks in the river?
It's the putting the ducks is just to get everyone in Chicago and in Illinois to come out, but that's just the beginning. Once they come, then they'll want to get involved as an athlete, as a unified partner, where you can compete along with us, to come and get involved as a volunteer, as a coach. Just August 30th, I've got a bocce tournament. So like you can come out in just 3 or 4 weeks from now, and we have 50,000 games and competitions throughout the whole year. So you can not just come and get involved one time, but throughout the whole year.
I love it. Is there anything I might have missed? What didn't I ask you, Daniel?
I guess the last thing, I've been from 2019 to 2023 a Southern Shriver Global Messenger, which is the highest athlete leadership role in the movement. One of 10 athletes across the globe.
Wow, that's so powerful. You're changing the world for the inclusion revolution, as you say.
Thank you. Can I just ask you just one question about about why WBEZ came out to couple the Duck Derby?
Yeah, so like you said, the Duck Derby is a beloved staple for the city, but also for the state and for the Special Olympics. And it's really fun and exciting. It brings out so many people, as you mentioned, because it is cool to see ducks dropped into a beloved, marquee infrastructure like the Chicago River, something that so many people love. But like you said, it's also for a really good cause. And I think, too, I've done a couple of stories about the Special Olympics, and adaptive sports have really come a long way over the past couple of years, the past decade, maybe even the past 5 years. But
I think like 58 years since Special Olympics started,
But there's still a ways to go, and there's still funding needed, not just, year by year, but on the daily. And so to get people involved, inspired, invested, even if it takes one little rubber ducky, it's beautiful to see.
One final question. The inclusion revolution is a big part of this movement. I don't just, in 18 years of podcasting, I don't just want listeners to listen to these stories, but to bring inclusion into their towns, workplaces, into the communities. What does inclusion mean to you?
That's such a loaded question. Oh my gosh, the fear in getting this wrong. What does inclusion mean to me? It just means that, well, first and foremost, I think it's an understanding that every living, breathing person has the right and responsibility to not only be present, but to also ensure the presence of others. It's about doing what you can to help your neighbor and to ensure that they have the resources that they need in order to be happy and healthy as well.
Awesome. So can we say, I'm going to pan the camera around so people can see the ducks. in the background. I mean, if people are listening to the audio podcast, then they only hear us.
Yeah.
But can we say choose to include at the same time?
What are we saying?
Choose to include.
Okay.
And until next time, choose to include. You're listening to Special Chronicles. We're here at the Chicago Ducky Derby. I'm here with
Terry Keshner from WBBM Radio.
Awesome. And because oh yeah, let me.
I can hold it.
Oh yeah, thank you. Awesome. There we go. There we go. So because you just interviewed me on WBBM, I thought I'd turn the microphone around on Special Chronicles, which is the longest running athlete-led podcast that's independent of Special Olympics. But can you tell us why WBBM News Radio is out here covering the Special Olympics and the Chicago Ducky Derby?
This is one of those rare events that just touches on so many different things. This is a very serious subject, raising money for Special Olympics. It's a very inclusive subject because it's happening now. So many thousands of people are out here, so that's important. Everyone wants to know what's going on. And it's also a really fun event. It's really nice to cover a news story that affects a lot of people, is important, but yet no one's gotten hurt, at least that we know of, right?
Awesome. And hopefully the ducks didn't get hurt.
Hopefully no ducks were hurt in the making of this video or this fundraising event, right?
Yeah.
So really, it's a great news event. It's a story I love to cover for all those things. It's important, it's urgent, it's happening now, and it's fun.
Awesome. And as a journalist myself, I'm sure you've talked to a lot of people. Not only myself and Ryan, but other people here. Is there a impactful story here with the Chicago Ducky Derby that you have found?
Yeah, I wouldn't say a specific one that sticks out. I think it's everybody just talks about how important it is to be here, how important it is to support courageous athletes, and how important it is to just come out here and have some fun. To me, that's the overwhelming vibe. Is the important thing is to come out here and have a little fun on this beautiful summer day. So no specific story stands out. They're all great stories.
Awesome. Yeah, there's our chairman Tim Shriver talks about that as well. When you come to a Special Olympics event, it's unlike going to Disney World. It's the fun that lasts.
Yeah, I'd say the fun that lasts for a long time here on the river, the fun that you're going to remember forever. Nobody at this event, especially people from out of town, are ever going to forget the day they were at this Ducky Derby on the Chicago River. It's goofy, it's silly, it's good. Yeah, it's a memory that's going to last a long time for a lot of people. They won't say, "Oh, I don't know if I ever went to that." You remember?
Yeah, awesome. And I'm sure that all of the listeners on WBBM are probably going to want to come out next year.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would hope so. And so my job, thanks to you and other people I interviewed, is to hopefully paint that picture so they hear it and then they see it, even if they weren't here, and so they'll want a part of it next year.
Awesome. So finally, the inclusion revolution is a big part of this movement. It's you see it here today. We're all included with each other. We want to leave our listeners with a call to action of how to bring inclusion into their towns and workplaces. What does inclusion mean to you?
It's incredibly important because what I've realized is that the more people you include from different backgrounds, different abilities, the better it's going to be for you. Everybody has something to offer. So yeah, be inclusive because it's a nice thing to do, but also you're going to benefit. Everybody has something to offer. So be nice, reach out, and then see what those people can give back. It's almost like a capitalist thing. We can all make something, learn something out of this. So it's incredibly important, and this event is just beautiful.
Awesome. So finally, can we say choose to include at the same time? And until next time, choose to include. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Nobody ever interviews me. Daniel, you're a Special Olympics athlete. You have a couple of medals around your neck.
Yes, just a couple. I've been competing in Special Olympics for more than 20 years. I had a lot more hair back then.
Didn't we all 20 years ago?
Yeah. And currently I compete in bocce ball and basketball.
And Daniel, what is so special about the Ducky Derby?
So it's so needed to be able to have the funds, so we're able to compete in sports. We're able to be an athlete spokesperson through our athlete leadership and our health programs, which it's the world's largest health program for people with intellectual disabilities. And just up at our USA Games in Minnesota last month, we're all healthy athletes. I got fitted for hearing aids.
Terrific. And what sports have you competed in? You won these medals?
So in bocce ball and
we're getting closer, just 40 minutes or so until splashdown. Behind every duck is an athlete like Becky, our 2026 Duck Ambassador, gaining confidence, building friendships, and leading their communities through Special Olympics Illinois. You can still adopt or donate at ChicagoDuckDerby.com. Let's make some noise for Becky and all the athletes who inspire us today.
Thank you. Can you tell me your first and last name, please?
Ryan Murray.
Ryan
Murray.
M-U-R-A. It's R-Y-A-N.
M-U-R-A-Y. Like an actor Bill Murray.
Okay.
Yes.
Ryan, why are you here today?
I'm here to support all 85,000 plus ducks that will be racing down the Chicago River at 1 o'clock.
All 85,000. It's amazing.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy. It's pretty funny, too.
It is. This event's grown over the years, and it's gotten so big that we this whole Riverwalk area and the north side of the river, as well as Record Drive, that people watch the race from.
It's weird. You look around. It almost seems like everyone in Chicago has left their office or whatever. Is down here for this.
Yeah.
It's something to see, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, it is.
Anything else you guys can tell me?
I am an employee with Special Olympics Illinois, as well as an athlete of the year for Special Olympics Illinois.
What's your sport?
Right now I'm doing bocce ball just like fellow athlete Daniel, and I'm going to do socialing, track and field, and maybe cornhole down the road.
And I've also been a 2019 to 2023 Southern Shriver Global Messenger, which is one of 10 athletes, and it's the highest athlete leadership role across the entire globe.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Quack, 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 they're on the move, dancing in a ducky groove, flap those wings and shake that back, all together, quack, 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 one dives deep, one leaps high, one sneezes loud, oh my.
Thanks for joining us for this special on-location episode of the Special Chronicles Podcast at the 2026 Chicago Ducky Derby. To follow and listen to this episode, plus more Ducky Derby conversations, and to learn all about the event, head to specialchronicles.com/duck. That's specialchronicles.com/duck. Make sure you're subscribed to the #1 podcast series covering Special Olympics, intellectual disability stories, athlete leadership, and inclusion. We'll be back next week with more conversations that give respect and voice to people with special needs through media. We'll see you next time, and remember, choose to include.
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 Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles Podcast. Our podcast was produced by Daniel Smrokowski on the Special Chronicles Network. Follow Special Chronicles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Subscribe, rate, and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our website, specialchronicles.com, where you can stream our archives of over 500 episodes for absolutely for free. Also, there's a list of our favorites, original series, award-winning columns, and blogs. And sign up for our newsletter to receive exclusive bonus content delivered to your inbox. Again, specialchronicles.com. Special Chronicles is hosted by Podbean Podcast Hosting. Our live streams are powered by StreamYard. Thanks, as always, to our business manager, Adam Smrokowski, who always encourages us to never give up. I'm Daniel Smrokowski, back next week with more stories.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.